Hello folks, thanks for joining me. It's day after Boxing Day, 27th of December, and a few hours after Storm Bella. You'd have seen some of the flooding that's around here. It's some of the worst I've actually seen since I've lived here. I'm actually out for a camp today. Now before anybody gets too indignant, let me just try and explain. I live in a tier 3 area, right on the border of another tier 3 area and a third area which is tier 2. Now I'm not going out of my area at all, I'm not going outside of my borough council. I'm on foot, I've just left my front door and it's probably about an hour or so's walk to some local woodlands, and obviously I'm solo, I'm not meeting up with anybody. There seems to be some confusion about tier 3. I can't personally see anything in the tier 3 rules about overnight stays outside. You're allowed unlimited access to the outdoors as long as you follow the social distancing. I just happen to be going at night. That's how I'm looking at it. I know some people say wild camping's off until the campsites are open. I've never quite understood that. We're not interested in campsites, are we, us wild campers? That's nothing like the same situation. There's lots of other people at campsites and you all share facilities. So anyway, enough said, that's how I'm justifying it. Also, I'll be back working in a school as of next week, so it'll be a lot more dangerous there than what I'm doing today, believe me. I've already had COVID a few weeks back as a result of working in a school. Okay, I better get off then. See you in a bit. Well, that naughty Santa, he's only gone and bought me another tent, hasn't he? I don't know why, I don't really need one. But I suppose if he's bought it me, I ought to use it. He got me an MSR Elixir 1. Lots of people I know and respect on YouTube have got MSRs recently. and I've jumped on the bandwagon as well. I really wanted a tent that I could use in woodland that's quite stealthy, that had a bit more sitting room than my ionosphere. And I'm very happy with it so far, but I haven't slept in it yet. I've only just got settled really. You can see I'm in the sleeping area here, and then the vestibule area is here. Quite spacious. My rucksack actually is in a rubble bag tied up outside. Bit of a trick from my bivvying adventures. Just means I've got lots more space here, because it was a big old rucksack and it was taking up half the vestibule, so it's outside. Okay, the sleep system is new Thermarest Neo Air X-Lite, I think, is that right? Very, very popular. Giving it a first go tonight. It does sound like a bag of crisps, as everyone says. It's taking some getting used to, but I'll report in the morning as to how it is. I've also got a Trekology pillow. They're not very expensive, but it's worth it just for having this thing here to keep it from slipping off. The sleeping bag is my helium, sorry, that's upside down, my mountain equipment helium 600, which you've seen before. It's a cold night tonight. It's going to snow, they reckon. Hope so. But if it does get a bit too cold, I think it goes down to -1 comfortably, this bag. I've got one of those Sea to Summit liners, the Reactor Extreme, which is supposed to be the warmest one. I'm still not convinced about these. They reckon they add a silly amount of extra degrees, but they're so thin. I really can't see how they work that well. But we'll see. We've got it there in case. With any luck, I won't need it. Okay. New lantern there, which I've shamelessly nicked the idea off Hayes Outdoors, who got one in his last video, and I like the look of it. And you may have seen, as I was walking in, I was wearing this, which is a Buffalo Systems Special 6 shirt. Now this has been a bit of a revelation. I'm late to the party here. But the idea is, if you don't know, with these Buffalo pile shirts, they've got this lovely thick fleece lining and an outer shell, and you just wear them against your skin. You don't wear any layers underneath. And actually they keep you really, really warm, and the breathability, the ability to vent them if you get a bit hot, it's so much more civilized than having lots of different layers and having to keep taking them on and off as you get hot and cold. So very impressed with that. The only thing I've found is, and I've been using it for a few months now, if you're sitting around still, it perhaps doesn't do its job as well. You need to be moving around a little bit. So I have the standard down jacket and fleece and merino layers and that kind of thing. So I'm settled in. I've got a flask of Maker's Mark bourbon whiskey, one of my favourites, and that's a present off my wife. I've already had a little bit in a hot chocolate, which was very nice. And I'm going to start thinking about getting some dinner on. So for tea, I'm having Christmas dinner fried rice. Now, we had our Christmas dinner yesterday on Boxing Day. It's a long story. We had something else on Christmas Day. But we had a roast yesterday. And it was actually roast lamb rather than turkey. So I've got a lot of the roast lamb left there. Also in here, yummy, we've got sprouts, which were cooked with pancetta and chestnuts. And then just Uncle Ben's special fried rice. And that's it. I'm just going to see how that all goes together. It might be disgusting, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm not sure I like the look of that. That Uncle Ben's rice is just like dust, it's like powder. It smells a bit weird as well. Let's have a look at the sell-by date. 21st of the 11th, 20. So, it's like 5 weeks out of date. It's been in the fridge though. So it is 5 weeks out of date, but these things like last for ages, don't they? Still, I don't like the look of that. I'll try one tiny bit, and if I don't like what it tastes like, I'll chuck it. Then I'll just have to have lamb for me tea. Yeah, I'm not eating that. That's gone wrong. It's all bitty and floury and tastes weird. I think that'd make me poorly. Oh dear. Okay, alright, plan B. Right, well I'm very annoyed with myself there. Little schoolboy error. So I'm faced now with a tea of a little bit of warmed up roast lamb, which will be lovely, but it's not very much. The annoying thing is, if I'd have realised the rice was off, I could have saved the sprouts and pancetta and chestnuts, and that would have gone quite nicely with this. Well, you live and learn. I think that's my first food disaster on a camp. It was going to happen sooner or later. Well, this smells a bit better anyway. Let's hope it tastes a bit better. Oh yeah, lovely. Okay, this'll do. I'll have to have one of my breakfast bars from tomorrow, I think, to pad it out a bit afterwards. No harm done. Well, that was a bit of a shit tea, wasn't it? Never mind. It's time for bed now. I've really enjoyed the MSR so far. It's nice and spacious and airy and generally pleasant. Let's see how I sleep. Okay, I'll see you in the morning. Night night. Morning. Just gone 6. Been awake for a little while, but I've slept really well. Had a good 6.5 hours sleep. You may be able to hear some strange noises outside the tent. Almost like somebody's stroking the tent. And that's snow. We've had a fair bit of snow, I hope. Certainly sounds like it. You hear it there? Right, let's have a look, shall we? Well, that sounds like snow, doesn't it? And that looks like snow. Let's unzip. Brilliant. Looks very wet snow. Not sure how long it will last, but that is definitely snow. Right, I think what I'll do is I'll make myself a brew and probably get as packed up as possible inside the tent before it gets light, and then just take a last shot or two of the tent in the snow before I pack it down and head off for what could be an interesting walk back. what an amazing morning. Incredible. So chuffed. I thought there might be a tiny dusting of snow, but there's a fair bit. I am at one of the highest points in the area actually, which I think has helped. It'll be interesting to see how much there is lower down. Okay, I'm all packed up. Left no trace, as you can see. As much as you can when it's been snowing. The important thing is, of course, no rubbish. Left absolutely nothing there. Just a patch where my tent was. Hopefully the snow will cover that as it carries on through the day. Okay, well I'm going to walk back now. Might take some shots on the way, see how it goes. But thank you very much for watching. And this may well be the last camp I do for a while, because I've got a feeling the whole country is going to be put on lockdown very soon. So I'm glad I came out. Okay, thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.